A.N.T.H.E.M is looking for music superhero recruits. A.N.T.H.E M stands for Apprentice Now Training for Heroic Effort in Music. The focus of A.N.T.H.E M is musicianship, skills, and growth mindset. Everything that they're doing in the A.N.T.H.E M program is to really enhance their skills that they are playing with their instrument. Students will train and work on 8 mission assignments throughout the year, earning their musical superpowers. A.N.T.H.E M has the growth mindset in mind. If you're not familiar with growth mindset, let me give you a fixed mindset example first. Fixed mindset is, I can't do this, so I'm not even going to try. Versus a growth mindset is, if I make a mistake, that's okay, I can learn from it and I'll try again. A fixed mindset would be, I'm not talented enough, it's just not going to happen. I'm not going to do very well. And a growth mindset is, talent doesn't matter, hard work does, and I'm going to try my best. Now let's dive in and see everything that you will be receiving in the A.N.T.H.E M program. So the first thing you're going to get, of course, are the A.N.T.H.E M instructions. I have several pages just laying everything out. I'll go through, while I'm giving you an inside look now, I will be going through more in-depth in the instruction file. Make sure you read it first. I even titled it Read First, so read that that file first, because it's going to give you everything you're going to need to know. Then you will also receive 2 files for the student book. The student book is of course optional. You don't have to use it. I'm including 2 options. One is a full color option where they're going to have the pages, and I'll go through this in a minute, where it's full color. And then I also have a black and white option. With the black and white option, you can have the students color the pages, which I think would be kind of fun for a lot of them to do. So what you're going to find inside the student book, so here's the cover page. They can write their name down at the bottom, and their first thing that they're going to do, their first assignment that's given, is to come up with an alter ego name. So they can write their alter ego name here, or if you want, they can write their regular name here, because inside the book will also have a spot for their alter ego name. So then you can just make sure that you also write down their superhero name as well, so you know what they go by if necessary, if like somebody lost their book and you're like, I'm not sure who that is. All right, so then inside the book, of course, will be the introduction of what they're doing, and then keeping track of when they're passing off their missions, and then their final mission. This is where they pass off their final mission. This is up here is where they put their alter ego name. And then on these colored pages, these are the missions, and these will correspond with the mission cards. They're the same backgrounds as everything that they're going to get. So this will represent the first mission. And as they're practicing, they are keeping track of their practice days down here. So they're coloring the keys for each day they're practicing. So then when they get to the end, there's 17 keys. When they get to the end, you're going to give them a mission assignment. The mission assignment will come through on a mission card. So a mission card, as you can see, the background is the same as inside their book. So the mission card, you're going to be scanning it through an app called H.P. Reveal. Now, if you don't have something where you can get that app, or you would prefer, I also made cards that have QR codes. So for some reason the app just isn't working right that day, or it's just having some hiccups, the QR codes are a great backup, or if you would just prefer using the QR codes. I'm going to show you what the HP Reveal app does that makes this app really cool, and one that you're going to definitely want to try. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how the mission cards work with the HP Reveal app. Now, if you've used my Quest incentive program, you're already familiar, because HP Reveal is what used to be Erasma. So you take the app and you open it, and
welcome, apprentice. We are looking for new superhero recruits, and we hope that you are just the one we've been looking for.
So if you missed that,
responsibility for
I let me just back this up a little bit so you can see a little bit more. I just had it open and it instantly started the video. All of a sudden that card came to life. So I'm going to try that one more time. Here's my phone. I'm going to try to not to scan anything yet. And so I'm going to put it up. And there it is.
Welcome, apprentice. We are looking for new superhero recruits, and we hope
so
that you
this
are
is
just the one
the
we've been
introduction
looking for.
card.
This is a great responsibility for music as our
Just
super
turn down my phone a little bit so it's not so loud.
You will be joining our team at
So
A.N.T.H.E.M.
the students will watch the video, and like I said, the card comes to life.
and I am Cord.
Now if I take the phone away at all, the video stops. Now what's really cool though is you see I can change
This is a great
how,
responsibility
I could change it to go above the card.
would not be the same.
It kind of moves with me, but if you change it totally away, then it will stop. All right, so now in the Anthem program, the students will have the choice to choose between two mentors. So they can have either Crescenda guide their mission assignments, give them their mission assignments, or Cord can give the mission assignments and of course the encouragement along the way. And so let me just show you an example here with Crescenda and the dog Coda.
Congratulations on earning your 6th key. You are so close to earning all 7 keys, but we still have more to learn. Our dog Coda has super hearing, and she wants you to enhance yours too. Your last mission is to learn enhance.
Again, they could choose Crescenda, or let me just show you a different card real quick. So Cord would give the exact same message on mission 7. I'm going to just give you, here's mission 1. I'll scan mission 1.
I am honored you have chosen me as your mentor. When it comes to superhero development, there are many ways to enhance your skills. Each mission assignment given is structured for you to learn, challenge yourself, and discover your musical powers. The first mission.
Okay, so that gives you an example of what the mission cards do with the app called HP Reveal. Now, if they use the QR codes instead, that is, it will scan the QR code and then it will link them to a particular website and open it up that way. But it's just so much fun to use the HP Reveal app with these cards because it's an instant thing. The cards literally come to life, so that's what makes it really fun. Okay, so then going back to the student book, they're going to have the 8 mission pages. So when they get to the end, the last mission, they will be instructed that they will have a final mission assignment to do. And then once they finish that final mission, then they have reached their training is over, they completed their training, and they reached their superhero level. Inside the book, I also include assignment pages that you are welcome to use. They look like this. I have a spot for up here. It says what the Anthem acronym means, the week of course, their technique, and a keyboard down here if you want to write any skill markings, for example, or anything else. Their lesson assignment, performance, anything else you might have them do, their practice days. I also put a spot for their mission assignment because everybody is going to go along their missions at different, I was going to say different tempos. And that's appropriate. I'll just keep it at that. And so it's good this is really good for the teacher just to keep an eye on where they're at, what they're working on their mission assignment. So a little bit about the mission assignments. I'll give you an example. One of the mission assignments that they're going to be getting is to earn their dynamic empathy power. So that time that they're working on the dynamic empathy power for the next 17 practice days, they're really focusing on dynamics. But not only are they focusing on getting their dynamics down, but they're also continuing working on any of the other super powers that they had earned previously. So everything is building on their musicianship as they're going through the Anthem program. And then at the bottom is just a little notes section. Now in my book, I also included a couple growth mindset posters, which you will get, and I will give you a little look in there. So I included this one in the very front of their student book. The best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. And then in the back of their book, I always have this quote every year somewhere in their student book. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how I react to it. It's one of my favorite quotes, so I always include that in all my student books every year. So it's up to you if you want to throw those in. I'll talk about the growth mindset posters later on a little bit more. And then I always just put my yearly calendar in the back of the book. So of course you can do whatever you want with your student book, but that's what's included. You will also be receiving a teacher log, keeping track of where students are in their progress. You're welcome to blow this up bigger if you want to use it on the wall, or you can just use it for your use, put it in a binder, or if you have a favorite PDF reader that you like to pop PDFs in and keep track that way. You will also be getting a couple certificates. One is a certificate of achievement when they complete the program. Another is Super Student of the Month if you do that. You will be getting a Getting to Know You sheet. I always like to do this at the beginning of the year, get to know my students a little bit more. In there, I also asked who their favorite superhero is, because I thought that would be fun to know. And then I also included a practice chart. So if you want to use this for any reason, you could use it for a practice contest if you want, or usually a great time to do that is over the holiday season. That's when I personally use a practice chart, is during that time, because I also do a contest in that month in December. Okay, so we have our mission tags. Our mission tags is something that you can give to students as they're completing each of their missions. You can put the tags on a lanyard. Oriental Trading has a really fun superhero lanyard that I'm going to be ordering. It has the bam, pow, all that fun stuff on there. So you don't have to have it in a plastic holder. You can just usually the lanyards come with a little clip of some sort, so you can just hole punch the cards and have them loop it through there. So the mission tags, I included the logo and the acronym, what it means. So this is included, and then I also put superhero and training. So when they first start the mission program, they can automatically get this because they're in the training. So as they complete their missions, the first mission completed, kapow. You got this, mission 1 complete, and then so on. So there's different superhero words, that they can get. So for each mission, there's a card that they can earn, or a tag. I'm calling them tag because cards are the things that you scan. Okay, then I have some fun, just for fun stuff that you can use. I mentioned the growth mindset posters. Here's another example. You don't need to be strong like a superhero. You just need to be better than you were yesterday. Or another one. I think a hero is an ordinary individual who finds strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. I like this one. This is a Peter Pan one. The moment you doubt whether you can fly, you cease forever to be able to do it. So these are all growth mindset posters that you can, there's going to be 40 of them, 40 choices, and I love them all. They were so hard to decide which ones to use. So I recommend use one every week. Use a different one every week, put it up. You put it on a wall, you could put it in a frame, whatever you want to do with it, but have something new every week that they can see what the new growth mindset poster is. So you will be receiving that. Then you're going to be receiving also a couple banners that you could hang if you want. This one spells Anthem. Let's see, that was backwards, I guess. Yeah, so A. So you could hang this up on the wall. I also have one that says music is my superpower that you can hang. In addition, you will be getting these little guys, Student of the Month, so you could use these as photo props. Music is my superpower. This is a great beginning of the year thing. Have them take a picture of it with a mask on or something. Super Student, it's my birthday, things like that. So you'll be getting those. You will also be getting Remember the mission tags had the POW and all that kind of stuff? You will be getting bigger versions of those that you can decorate with. So let me just get some out. Here's the POW one. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with these as well. So Kapow, you got this. One other thing that you're going to get is a file that has blank superhero outfits. So one's for girls and one's for boys. And then you'll take a picture of them and put their head on it like this. This is me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these the words around the room. So you have the boom and the pow. I'm going to put them in the order as the tags that I showed you, the mission completed tags. So I'll put those in the order, and I'm going to have the superhero students fly around the room as they progress in their missions. So that's how we're going to keep track on the wall. So that's a fun idea. There's just a ton of them. You're going to get over a dozen of these. Here's another POW. Let's see. I could show you a few others. Bam. Zap. And all these, they have the word zap, but I also included that little growth mindset encouragement. This one says keep going. Don't give up. Heroic effort. Things like that. So they always have that additional encouragement in addition to the fun superhero words. Oh, treat toppers. You're also going to get some treat toppers. So you're going to have a birthday. I have 3 different options. We have a boy superhero and a girl superhero. And then we have one that's just, it just says Kapow on it, so you could use it that way. I like to stick pixie sticks in here, or any kind of straight candy stick or something. You could also use pencils. So I also have super student ones. You can use this for really anything. You can use it for student of the month. You could use it for if a student did a really good job that week and you're just extra proud of them. They could get a super student treat. This has a pencil. Again, we have blue, yellow, and purple to choose from. So you could do that. And these have the pencils. And then I also did a sucker one, and you'll just notice I put the holes in a little different spot so the sucker would hold, and I just cut it a little bit shorter. You don't have to cut it shorter, but I would recommend if you're going to do something like a sucker that you just put the holes closer together so it does stay. If they're as far apart like a pencil, it won't stay. So you can play around with that. And then I included a couple activities that you can do with your students. I made this Boom Zap Pow game. It's a rhythm game that you could use in conjunction with one of the mission assignments if you want. It has everything you need in it to play this game with the instructions and the cards and everything. So this is a fun game that you can do with them. And then I also have a superhero comic strip music composition where they're creating a composition using comic strips. So they're not only learning how to create a music composition, but they are learning how to create a comic strip, and we're putting the 2 ideas together. I always like combining things like that. So you'll have the instructions on how they're going to go about doing this. This is going to usually take more than one day, so keep that in mind. Probably a good 3 to 4 times, 3 to 4 different lesson times. If you do a lab time, I would have them do it during their lab time, or if you can always send it home, or make it a really long project and just take 5 minutes out of each lesson. It's however you want to do it. So you'll have that. And then, of course, everything that they're going to need, getting their story, their comic story idea down, their music composition ideas, and then they can choose different comic strip pages, depending how the layout of their story is and everything like that. So it's all laid out for you. The instructions are all there on how to do that. All right, I think I went through everything. I hope you're excited as I am with this program. It's all about training our students to become better musicians, to really hone in on those music superpowers so they can become musical superheroes. And I hope you will join me this year in Anthem.